If we're being perfectly honest, I don't actually know exactly what this guitar is. What's up, everyone? I'm Jack Fossett. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this demo and review of this really excellent, beautiful sounding, beautiful playing acoustic guitar from Martin. I do kind of know what it is. In fact, I'm relatively sure I know what it is, but I'd love some input just to have this confirmed. This is a Martin D15M. This is their all mahogany acoustic guitar. Here's where it's interesting. They don't make this in this finish right now, at least that I can find. I've done some searches, and it seems like what's coming up is the standard one that they've done for quite a while, which is the all kind of darker brown, which I also have the 0015M, which is another superb guitar. It's actually one of my favorite acoustic guitars, and that's that kind of finish. This one has this really neat kind of antique burst-like finish. Now, why I say I don't know exactly what this one is, here's what I think it is. I think they used to make this finish. At least I don't see it around right now. Hopefully I'm not missing just like a simple Google search here, but like I've looked around and it seems like the brown is the only finish they're doing this one in. The other model that I thought, hey, is they're also making the Streetmaster. Now, the interesting thing about the Streetmaster is it's supposed to be like a worn one, but in kind of an artsy way. And that one comes with electronics and it comes with different tuners. So I looked at one in the store, a Streetmaster, but it also just said D15M on the inside. So I have some confusion, but I'm pretty sure that this is just a D15M in a finish that they're not currently making. That's what I think. It's definitely a D15M to one extent or another. All that aside, I love mahogany acoustic guitars. I love this guitar series. When it comes to acoustic guitars, I'm actually very, very branded, and I'll be totally open about that. With electric guitars, many of you know I've played a lot of different electric guitars. I love a lot of different electric guitars, classic guitars, some modern guitars that just strike me as cool. But when it comes to acoustic guitars, I'm all Martin through and through. I've mentioned before, I'm a history buff. Martin, to me, is the pillar of early American acoustic guitar building, and of course, bringing the Dreadnought to the world. This one just sounds phenomenal. This harkens back to the 15 series, which I believe was from the 1940s, the all mahogany. And one of the things that I love about the mahogany guitars is they're so balanced. Now, it's interesting because as opposed to a guitar that has like a spruce top, which has a really, really powerful punch projection edge to it, the mahogany is a little softer, but the danger that you don't want to fall into is believing that it's too mellow or too soft or too dark sounding. This guitar still has a lot of brightness and articulation. It just doesn't need to compete with the banjo. That's basically it. Certainly great for people in a band, people who are singer-songwriters in folk groups or whatnot. But it just, again, it's a little bit of a mellower sound where it wouldn't punch quite as much in like a bluegrass band. Now, the other thing that's great about mahogany for acoustic guitars, particularly with mahogany top, is they record beautifully. And part of it is because you don't quite have, again, as much sort of punch. You don't have as much jump coming off the top that's whacking the microphone. sometimes that can be a little tricky to record. It's almost too punchy. This one comes across as much more balanced, which I really, really like. So I just honestly don't have anything but great things to say about this guitar. And again, I'm not surprised considering I already have the, like I said, the 00015. And I also have an 018, which has mahogany back and sides. And even in just the back and the sides, the mahogany makes quite a big difference. So we just heard a little bit of strumming just to kick off this video. Let's go back and listen to a bunch of samples of this guitar in action. All right, so I am going to link to both the regular D15M in the kind of standard brown finish and also the Streetmaster. The Streetmaster is really cool, which again has more like this sunburst finish. And that one again comes with electronics. This one does not have electronics in it. This is just a straight up acoustic guitar. But I'm going to link to both of those, which are both basically the same guitar, again, with those small differences. And I think it's really cool that you can still get a US made Martin for, you know, under $2,000. You know, there's some companies that are making the standard of where you get something made in the USA at a much higher price point. You know, again, Martin to me is the American history acoustic guitar company. So let us know what you think of the Martin D15M. Also, please let me know in the comments, like, am I crazy? I'm pretty sure this is just a Sunburst D15M, that they're not necessarily doing that finish. Let us know in the comments. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.